What's up, guys? This is Phillian Wallace, aka 7 foot tall, shooting fireballs out of my eyes and lightning bolts out of my arse. And lately I've been playing this new ridiculous game called Dwarf Fortress. And I want to showcase a short little story of these 3 dwarves and what happened to their tragic little kid, Cog. Look, full disclosure, I've only played this game for less than 30 hours, so I'm a complete noob and I still have zero clue what I'm doing in this incredibly deep and multi-dimensional game. But that is why I love gaming. It is to figure things out as I go and diving in blind, basically. Big shout out to Blind, by the way, for the tutorial videos that I have been watching just to kind of get my bearings a little bit, because this game does not really hold your hand. So anyway, part 1 of this video will be kind of scratching the surface, pun intended, and showcasing what Dwarf Fortress is, to just give a little bit of context. Part 2 will be building the first fortress. After the tutorial, I'll be showcasing kind of how it happened, and it'll be connected to part 1, of course, of just giving the context of Dwarf Fortress and why I fell in love with this strangest of strange games. And then part 3 will be the tragic tale of these 3 dwarves and what happened to them. So as you can see on the map right here, this is always what happens when you generate a new game in Dwarf Fortress, is it creates what's called the legends. And what the legends is chronicles events, all randomly generated, of what transpires in the world. So this little area of the map is where we decide to stake our residence, and you can tell by the little blue boxes right there by the volcano, that's where the dwarves choose to reside, usually in mountain ranges. And we decided to live in that volcano because why not? The little green areas there, that's where the elves reside actually. And dwarves, of course, have a bittersweet relationship with the elves. In our case, they trade a lot, but they're also a little bit finicky, which is a whole nother episode, and that's why we call them the elven bastards. You can't trust them. But to the top right of us, luckily, we have our friendly neighborhood dwarves who we migrated from, the Axes of Defense they're called. And then the top left by the river we have the humans, or the big boys. But again, we chose this volcano because it's interesting, and why not? It's a volcano. So now the stage is set, and it is time to strike the earth. Alright, so look, I'm a huge sucker for games with a great soundtrack, and it's one of those things that keeps me loving this game. Just listen to this and feel this. Now we're building mines already. So, okay, at the start of every game, your caravan shows up with usually 7 dwarves. It just hit me why they chose 7. Jesus, that took me way too long. Seriously, as I'm recording this, I just realized why it's 7 dwarves. Snow White reference. But you assign your dwarves various tasks. You got fisher dwarves, plant gatherers, miners, of course. And what happens is, when you assign your dwarf to do a certain task, it will become eventually legendary at that skill. What does legendary mean? It means they become more proficient at doing so. So each dwarf kind of specializes into their own niched profession. And I guess that really cuts to the bone of why I love this game so much, is because each dwarf is their own unique persona, which is how these stories are so well written from the player perspective. And so now, as we're building our fort, let's just speed things up a little bit, get you up to base with, pun intended, with what this game essentially becomes. Is you're mining deeper and deeper, and you're extracting more and more resources. As you can tell, it's going super fast. Eventually we come here to smelting various metals. And what's so key about that is it connects to your military. So you find iron or say copper beneath the ground. Hell, even gold. You can make golden shields, swords, spears, axes, breastplates. The level of minutia in this game is what makes it one of those where you can devote 10,000 hours to it, I swear to God, and still find more things. So you can encrust your armor with a specific type of jewel, for example, or you come in contact with elven traders and they love buying your figurines that you can also embellish in various ways. Dwarves also love building statues and having those in, say, their taverns where they drink. And the tavern is a main meeting place where a lot of drama has unfolded during my 30-hour playthrough so far. But more videos on that on another note, so we're thriving. But let's get into the story of these three dwarves, Athel, Logem, and Cog, and specifically what happens to Cog. So the sadness of this tale is what makes this game something I care about. There's vested interest in these characters that you build, who they become, and we're gonna go into what I'm meaning with all this when I speak about the beings themselves. So you zoom in here onto Athel, and you can see that she has her spouse Logem and her child Cog. Down here you can see that her most recent thoughts and moods, what she's good at, and her overarching traits. I love reading this because it gives so much flavor to each unique dwarf. So she disdains peace but values tranquility. What the hell does that even mean? But at the end of the day, it's what's going to formulate her decision. So I love reading the little minutia when it comes down to these dwarves. So now I'm going to go find where Cog is in this part of the story, and Cog is running around down in the tombs, blabbering. You can read there at the very top. But I loved reading there, love remembering talking with Father in the summer of 100. So then I go to find her father, and I go there to read his personality and see that he starts to stutter when he's surprised. I mean, I think that's a cute dwarvish thing to do. This gives me some depth into his character. He needs alcohol to get through the working day. That's pretty common for a dwarf. They're not all minor alcoholics. But yeah, he's just walking around, and I can see in his summer, he remembers tenderness, remembering talking with a child. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but to me that strikes a chord. These two dwarves, they obviously shared love for each other. And it made me want to go deeper into their story. So I decided to set up an extra bed in Logan's room because I realized that I only had made one for him and his wife, not their 4-year-old daughter. And so this is pure organic gameplay. I see there at the very top, make rock coffin. And I found that kind of strange because I had not assigned specifically her to make a rock coffin. And as I'm noticing her making this rock coffin, I get a notification. Cog, the dwarven child, has been found dead, dehydrated. So Cog, bless her heart, was running around, stark raving mad, blabbering. And I'll get to the reason why she was blabbering as well. She basically went mad, the little 4-year-old dwarven child. And coincidentally, I can't explain this, but her mother Athel was making a coffin, which is strange. Specifically because, I'm just baffled that she had this kind of maternal intuition that her stark raving daughter might succumb. And so poor Cog is just laying there while the workers are walking by, being all sad. You can tell by the little red emojis whenever they walk by. So I set up the first coffin right as I again had made the bedroom for this little dwarven child in her parents' room. And now it's time to unfortunately bury her. So there's her corpse, and I was really riveted by this. It shocked me. to be honest. I just got into like their story, and then this happens. I was like, geez, that one hits me right in the emotional guts. But yeah, so we see here with Athol as well that she also has a memory from at the very bottom there, Summer of 101, blissfully remembering, sleeping in a very good bedroom, but right above that, shocked reliving the unexpected death of somebody. And then I go to the father, Logem, and he also has at the very bottom, shocked reliving the unexpected death of somebody. Yeah, I mean, this is Dwarf Fortress. This is why you play. You get to really live into these little beings right here and really get to appreciate the little things. It's what it's all about, right? Yeah. So rest in peace, Cog. Logem, he was actually the sheriff of our fort, and Athol is like the manager, the bookkeeper. She's like a high-ranking position as well. So yeah, here they are now, just struggling through life. And look at this. He had dreams of raising a family. Like the deeper I got into this one, the more it punched me in the gut. So he's really gonna need alcohol now to get through the days. And now I'll be following him a totally different way than I would have had I not known this, had I not read this. And so it's almost intimidating, this game, to read and to not miss out. So poor Logem, look at him being all sad and bummed. Yeah, rest in peace, Cog. But life as we all know it goes on, the wheels keep spinning. And here we have, to conclude now, a Baron consort named Koku visiting us. He walks into our tavern and he shares some ale, and Logan's in there with him, and they're talking. I think this is one of the most beautiful aspects of the game as well, is all these dwarves, they have desire to socialize. It's a very humanizing need. Love seeing that being fulfilled. And so now if we zoom out a little bit, and this will tie into the next video, is there's actually conflict that's going on now with these elvish bastards to the west. We have our homie dwarves over there to the right, to the east, and we're right in the midst of it, right in the conflict. And as is the life of dwarves, it goes on, always. I want to thank you guys if you've stuck with me this whole time. Stay tuned for the next episode. There's plenty more to come.